I just wanted to pop in and show you guys a little sneak peek of what is included in Dancing Brushes, my online painting membership. So when you go inside and log into your Dancing Brushes community, this is what you're going to see. So on the left, you have these little sections, and I'm going to kind of go through some of those with you. And what you'll see on the right is whatever happens to be clicked. So for example, right now we have July. Moose the Cat is a lesson, and this is part 2 of that lesson. And that is actually under the Dancing Brushes 2025. So if I click on this little tab here, that opens everything up. And as you can see, this one is highlighted, July, Moose the Cat Part 2. So you'll have a video here, and that will be your step-by-step lesson and demo. And down below, it will have some information. It will have some tips. It will have a link sometimes to a helpful hint, which is over here, or a skill booster. So you can click on that, or you can even come over here. And if you open this up, it's got all of these extra videos here. But I try to break it down because there's a lot of information and a lot of videos inside our library here. And so I don't want it to be too overwhelming with so much information. So each week I send an email out, and the first email of the week will have whatever your lesson is, your new main lesson. And then each week after that during the month, you'll get tips, or for example, for this one, there's a video all about commission. So that's got all the information you would need on if you wanted to do your own commission. And so each week those are kind of broken down, so you're not constantly going through and just trying to find or watch all of these at once, because it's a lot of information, like I said. But you know, if you are thinking of something, like maybe you want to know how to package a painting to ship, you can always come in here and click on one of those, and it will take you to that particular video. And so again, there's a lot of information on just being an artist in this group, in addition to all of the lessons that you're going to see. So let's just go back here. And I just wanted to click again on a lesson. So this is January of 2025. When you join, you're going to have access to all of these lessons. If you'll go to Getting Started, it's important to watch those first. And these are just videos, how to navigate through Dancing Brushes. It's got notes if you're an oil painter or an acrylic painter, that are just general notes on my technique. So you can kind of read through. It's got your supply list. It has lessons that I would probably go in and watch first before you start in on your other lessons. So that is where you would find a lot of getting started information. Let's go back to January again. So you'll just click here and it will start playing. And that will give you everything you need on how to paint Sweet Pea. So this is kind of what it looks like. Let me just pause the video. So part 1, so you've got your color swatches here. These are the colors that I use throughout the lessons. You'll get to see what those look like. You'll see my palette up close and personal. Each color that I mix, there will be an option to either paint like I do with the grid, or there's also another option on your page here if you wanted to use a template and trace your image onto your surface to make it easier and quicker just to get in and start painting. Because I know sometimes you just don't have time and you want to just start painting and not try to get everything drawn in and that is an option that you can do. And there are templates that you can print out and actually use those to start your painting off. And then it's usually broken down into 2 parts, sometimes 3, depending on how long the lesson is. So part 2, it just jumps back in and starts in on the second layer of the painting. Again, you've got tips down below and just different things that you can do to see value, for example, turning your photo black and white, and then comparing that to your actual painting and turning your painting black and white so you can see where you might need to go in and strengthen those values. So that's just one little tip out of many that we have. All right, so coming back over here to the left side, I'm going to close this out. That helps to kind of break your information down so you're not seeing so much at once. And then the next section here is the library of helpful hints. So these are just a bunch of different videos, understanding value, how to customize a frame and make it more personal than just a generic, maybe gold or black frame, things that you can do to enhance or add design to that. Here's a video on 9 steps to creating a successful painting. So these are just all bonus videos and lots of little extras in here. How to clean up. If you have cradled edges on your surface, for example, I use ampersand gesso board, and it comes in either flat panels or you can do 1.5 inch sides. And this is just a video to show you what I like to do sometimes to add to those edges to make them more interesting. So all of these little tips are in here. So we're going to close out the helpful hints. Then we have our skill boosters library. And this is just about things like how to mix colors that I use to layer, what colors work best, how to mix neutrals. So there's lots of challenges in here, 25-minute painting challenge. You've got a demo to show you how to do that, copying the masters. So there's lots of different skill boosters in here to help you improve on your skills. And then our next section is art tips and frequently asked questions. So these are little videos that I took from some of my live Facebook sessions and turned those into tips and questions that people have quite often, and I just made little videos about those. And then we have a section called the feedback session. And I've taken some students who have turned in some of their paintings for feedback and made little videos on those, just kind of going through what worked really well, things that they could do to improve. Let's just pop this on real quick. And you can kind of see, as I showed, things that you can do to maybe crop it, or how to create a better composition, things that worked really well. That has been helpful not only for the students who've submitted their paintings, but for everyone else too, because we can always learn from those sessions. And then we have our Facebook Q&A. So if you're not part of our Facebook group, I really encourage you to join us. It's a great place to post your paintings, to get feedback, to encourage each other. And we just have a really supportive group. But if you aren't on Facebook and would rather not be a part of that group, I do put the replays of the Q&A sessions in here, so you can watch those. So for example, I did one that was from my recent trip to Italy. I did a live from Italy, and so that was kind of fun. So I just went around and kind of showed everybody the retreat center, and we went into the studio here. But anyway, so there's a lot of interesting videos in our Q&A session. We got students who've had great questions, or a lot of times I'll do a live and basically just pick a topic and talk about that topic. And then sometimes we have giveaways during our lives. And then these last sections down below, these are all extra reference photos. So any kind of reference photo that you might want to use, you could click on that and just pick any of these, and it will show you some different references that you are free to download and use for yourself, for your own paintings. So I encourage you to do that, especially if you've been painting with me for a while and you feel like you're ready to start doing some on your own. These are great themes and just pictures that you can turn to do some of your own paintings. So that's basically what we have inside Dancing Brushes. It's very easy to navigate, and there's a lot of information, a lot of lessons. There's never, a lack of things to paint. You don't have to feel pressured to paint everything. You are welcome to go in and kind of pick and choose and just take your time. You can fast forward and rewind, as you saw me doing here in the lessons. So if you miss something, it's very easy to come in and pause. You can scrub forward or backwards, or if you didn't hear what I said, you can always back it up, rewind, and listen again. So I hope you guys found this helpful. I hope you'll join us. I really look forward to painting with you inside Dancing Brushes.